ago, we had the worst fire season we've ever had. That's when we had the Lake Tahoe fire. And at the very same time, right over here to the west was the Lake Almanor fire. Gotta be honest, I didn't have any idea lakes were flammable. Now they are. The smoke was so bad here. For almost 3 weeks, you couldn't see anything. People still wanted right. You literally couldn't see past the train itself. I mean, nothing. I quit trying to find anything out. I just started making stuff up. Hey, if the smoke was gone, I'd show you where the first unicorn farm was, right there. If you go outside building toys for the kids. And then Santa Claus comes out and he greets every little kid on the train by their first name. Yeah, pretty neat. It's also where we do our pumpkin patch. We bring everybody down here. You get off the train, pick out a pumpkin, get back on. Let's talk about those 3 green photographs. Not long ago, we sent them to Oklahoma so they can all install it in the Martin's 1423. You guys see that? Pretty good series. We follow that steam locomotive into the tunnel. It's a really big deal. 2 things happened. Number one was the cars. Last summer, I kept telling everybody how lucky we were to be in a pandemic because we all had a mask. She just went through nature that was real. The only thing that came to my mind was Mardi Gras.
That's funny.
I started carrying beads the very next day. My wife says you can no longer have the beads in my vest. They're now right on top of our dresser. And she can go by there whenever she wants, and she's very happy and content. You never know what you're going to see on the Virginia Truckee Railroad, and what happens on the VT stays on the VT. All right, here comes that tunnel again. Right over there across the ravine, you see the big piles of gray dirt. Those are actually the dumps of the Foreman mine. Worthless mining stuff. Pretty popular game. Now sadly, there were a whole bunch of hard-working people of Virginia City lost everything because they invested in these mines. And there's no way to sugarcoat what was going on. It was stock fraud. And that stock fraud was so rampant and went on for so long. That's what built the city of San Francisco and the Board of Exchange. That board, on a pretty regular basis, because of all the fraud going on here, well, it would create clear and then destroy while sometimes they take off those big sombreros and they breathe so hard they're going to throw the carpets. I don't see the dog. Last summer, they brought a donkey in here, and as they did, they're definitely not a mule. You can't be a jackass, all of them are still up in the bucket of blood. This is just the biggest donkey you're ever going to see. Every once in a while they bring him out here and they're trying to get him acclimated. They want him to be able to pull wagon rides this fall. You guys can come back maybe and have a wagon ride. I told them, why don't you just hook him up to this train? Coming back this direction opens up, I think, the most panoramic view we have. On the west side of the mountain, or the tracks up the mountain, you'll see a very large Victorian-style building. Got a big old flagpole on the top of it. That's the Fourth Ward School, one of the finest of the West. And the first one this side of the Mississippi River to have indoor plumbing. Directly in front of us is that beautiful old Catholic church, St. Mary's in the Mountains. At the time of that fire, there were 22,000 people living here. 195 of them were millionaires, more than any city in the world, because of the minimum. The people of that church want you to know you're all invited inside to enjoy the beauty of it. They don't care what your religious beliefs are. If you need more incentive than that, we have a wonderful little gift shop in the basement. Now last year, I got in huge trouble. I don't know why. Because I mentioned the fact that they sell wine in that gift shop. I don't know what the problem was, because they did sell wine. But I'll tell you what, I'm never mentioning that again. Right up here on the hill, you'll see a great big sign that says Collar Mine Tour. It's a great tour to take. Number one, it's a horizontal mine, so it's nice and cool on mine. That guy up there waving at you, he's the one that's going to take you on the tour. He does a wonderful job. That was a very, very productive mine. It was also the very first one. Here's the deal. If you rode on an emu, the whole family would get into the event free. Sounds pretty fun, doesn't it? All right. I actually had two couples from, I don't know. She said, well, they're kind of hard to overlook. They can be as tall as 12 inches. And then she said, it really doesn't matter how you try and fix it. They still taste like anything. So they don't eat them, they boil them for an hour and a half, and then they carve them up and make little centerpieces out of them. I told her I used to like carving when I was a kid. I get a little chunk of balsa wood. She said, well, of course you would. Balsa wood is a hell of a lot better tasting than anyway. One last thing I'm going to be able to point out is going to be right up here on the hill above us. As we go by, you're going to see the very back of the Mackey Mansion. Are any of you guys into ghosts? There's 3 of them in the Mackey Mansion. If you go back uptown, Mark Twain. This little trip is almost over. You guys have been great. It's one of the reasons I love the job. Another reason is for 7 times a day I get to thank you guys for supporting us and for your incredible generosity. Without you, we couldn't do this. Because of you, this is now our 50th consecutive year. We're going to make you a promise. Keep supporting us like you have. We're just going to keep running these trains. But now, I have to ask you for a favor. And that is, wherever you're going to travel, just do it safely enough that you can come back and see us. We love it when that happens. Here's another great list of your Sundays.
This is all the gangs.
Looks pretty fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.